What's up, fellow collectors? P-Rockzilla back again for another review, and today we're taking a look at a figure that took a long time to get into our hands, and this is the Hot Toys Jango Fett. I pre-ordered this guy a long time ago when I first started getting into collecting Hot Toys, and I was wondering when this guy was going to come out. They released a bunch of Boba Fett figures, or at least announced and released a bunch of Boba Fett figures, Mandalorian figures, but they forgot about the OG man. They're right here, Jango, the guy who started it all. This is the freaking original rude boy of the Mandalorian stuff. At least from what we're used to on the TV side. I know not the whole lore, just from the stuff we're used to on the TV. So I was wondering, when the heck is this guy going to come out? The pictures of him looked awesome. I love the way the armor looked in the promo pictures. The head sculpt was beautiful. So I'm super excited to get this guy out to see if all that transfers over to the figure form. All right, people. Let's get this review started. Dale. As always, let's go ahead and take a look at the box before we get the figure out the box. I love the picture in the front. You have Jango here with that beautiful armor. You have the silver foil lettering on the Star Wars logo, which I always love seeing. You got a little special feature here, poncho. 2 styles of jetpack. You flip it over here, you get another cool picture of Jango right there standing. And then you flip it over this side, you get nothing, just the Jango name. Flip it over here, just the Star Wars logo. And then right here in the back, you have all the legal information and all the people who were involved in making this. And at the bottom, you get the Star Wars logo one more time. All right, let's get Jango out of his box. Once you get the box open, let's get this out the way. You're greeted with a nice slip cover right here of Jango right there with the dual pistols getting fired at with the jetpack on. That's definitely a cool picture, cool pose right there. So then once you get that out there, you have the clamshell right here. And as you can see here, we have Jango with all the accessories. Let's go ahead and just get this up real quick so we can get an idea of what we have here. And there is 2 layers. So it's going to be the bottom layer that has most of the rest of the accessories, the base and the stand, the jetpacks, the blast effects for the jetpacks and everything. And then on this one, you basically get Boba. What do I mean Boba? Jango. So many damn Bobas. I'm getting Boba in my name. You get Jango, all these accessories right here. So you can take a quick look at how this is all laid out if you ever need to resell or if you want to make sure you have everything in yours when you receive yours. And then the back, you can kind of see more. A little bit more of Jango right there. All the accessories. All right. So let's go ahead and get Jango out with all the accessories. So we can take a close look at everything that comes in the package in close detail. We have Jango laid out with all his accessories, and man, that's a lot of stuff that comes in the package. This is when, like, before Hot Toys prices went up, when these figures came with a lot of accessories for a decent price, unlike nowadays where you got some figures that come out a little bit more expensive than this figure with a lot less accessories. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at Jango first. And I can say right away, this paint on this armor looks beautiful, man. Like, I love the way the weathering looks on this. Like some of the rusty parts right here on the arm, on the gauntlet. Even the pouches here, well, they just not open. They can't open the pouches, but even the pouches look pretty good. The holsters look good. They're strapped on there perfectly. I like the little fact that you get the little holes right there on the belt. And yep, like I said, this is Jango. So as you can see, the nice reflection of the light on the visor. This has, I think this is the magnetic and the clamps. So this shouldn't be as bad as Boba Fett's jetpack. Love the detail back here. Look at the paint on there. Look at that. That's some good paint. Look at the paint right here. The chipping. So that looks good. Now this is pleather, so you may want to treat this portion, the holster, and the pouch right there in the front with the pockets. And then we got these. These kind of feel a little cheap, like they're just like kind of glued on there or sewed on there. How are they? Oh, it's Velcro. Okay, so that's not bad. So with the Velcro, you don't have to worry about them ripping off. You can just simply put them back on. So that's a good thing. Mine's right here. That's why I want to mess with it, because this one right here feels crooked. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the articulation on Jango. So the head can go sideways. Actually, full 360. You can look that. Oh, there goes ratchet. Oh, okay. All right, my head was stiff at first. Now it's not. So you can look pretty far up. I was a little nervous that I thought I broke the head real quick. It can look really far down. So this would be cool for flying poses and landing poses. The targeting system does move. So you can put that on there. It doesn't feel like he had, well, yeah, I feel it in the body, but on the arms, it doesn't feel like a fat suit. So hopefully his articulation is not hindered. So you can go this far up, not too far. We can't do a full T pose, but you can do something close enough. As you can see. You do have, oh, look at that. Double bend on the elbows. Beautiful. I do gotta take these little, they have a little plastic, like a protector here. I'll take that off when I get the hand swaps going on. All right, so let's go ahead and try this hand out real quick. So you do get double bend on both hands. You do get, where's it at? It's at the shoulder, the top of the bicep. You do get swivel. So that's good. So you can basically put the hand up this way, that way. You do see the actual figure underneath there pretty easily when you put the sleeves up, but that's all right. All right, so let's see how far forward the arms can go without ripping the costume or the suit. All right, so you can go that pretty far forward. And let's see how far back. Not much far back. So as you can see, it does. Oh no, this is pleather too. Ah, I just noticed that. This is all pleather, the undersuit. So yeah, you have to treat that too. Oh man, why they do pleather for that? Anyways. Yes, you can see the Velcro back there. That's all pleather. Let's go ahead and bring the light just a little bit more, just so you guys can see details a little bit closer. There we go. So yeah, so as you can see, this is pleather too. All right. Now what I want to know is, all right, so the guns could go pretty far up. Then we go down. All right, so let's see if he has back bend. Nope. Nope. So you cannot go back. You cannot arch the back. And does he have any ab crunch? Let's see. Nope. No ab crunch. Dang, that's tight. So unfortunately, and he could move side to side a little bit at the waist. And you can hear that. So that's the costume hindering the articulation at the waist. So that kind of sucks. All right. So the pouch does move around. So you can move this around and readjust it. One thing I want to say, maybe be careful when you, I haven't done it yet, but when I did this before with the, which was it? The Mando, I forgot the Mando. Death Watch Mando. You got to be careful with the straps. So I'm going to see right now. So let's try this out real quick, slowly and gently. So yeah, so these are on there pretty tight. So you do want to be careful with the pleather straps here if you're going to articulate the legs. But let's see, because I want to see if I can somewhat get a split still. And this is making me a little bit nervous. So let's see what we can get here. All right, so it looks like he could somewhat do the split. Is there much tension? I don't want to put too much tension on this, that's why. So let's try this. All right, so he could get decent articulation, somewhat of a split, so that's good. Like I said, you can see, you can feel the tension here. Just be careful with that. All right, and then going forward, same thing. I can feel the tension right there on the pouch a little bit, on the back end right here. So be careful. So because of that, I'm not gonna do it all the way up. And then you do get double bend at the knees, which is beautiful. So let's see something. If you can get the Jorge Masvidal flying knee effect going on here, let's see. Oh, maybe somewhat, not the best. So you are hindered a little bit because of the straps on the holsters, which is, it's all right. I mean, Jango's not like a dynamic guy. You don't see him freaking doing drop kicks or leg drops or freaking big boots or anything like that. So the only thing is you probably get the legs up there if you're going to do a flying pose. All right, so let's see if we get pivot at, nope. So no shin. Well, actually, yeah, you do get at the upper thigh. You do get swivel at the upper thigh. So you can go that way right there. You do get knee bend. I already did that already. This armor piece stays there, so that's good. It doesn't flop around. You do get ankle twist. You do get pivot. And then, oh, see, I had a problem with this one. This foot right here keeps coming off on mine. So hopefully it's not going to be a reoccurring issue. With my Jango, it's easy to put back on. No, not a hard problem. But anyways, let's try this one then. The leg can go that far down. And it can go that far up. You do not get any toe bend. I do like the plate on the boot. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so there's the articulation for Jango. Not as great as I would like it to be, but good enough. But way better than Mando. The only thing is, like I said, these straps right here. We gotta be careful with that. Alright, let's go ahead and put Jango down. And let's go look at the accessories now. So, he does come with 2 jetpacks. The first one's this one. I'm not 100% sure which one this is from, but this is the one that does come with the detachable rocket. So you basically, I think, yep, take that off right there. And that's what this blast effect's for. Then you put that in here. Or vice versa. Nope, this one goes in here. Put that one in there, and then that one goes right there. And then you can have the effect of him shooting the rocket. So that's what that blast effect's for. So let's put this back on. And then let's look at the detail and the paint on this. So as you can see, nicely painted, nicely weathering. You get little lettering there. So that's beautiful also too. You get articulation. Nope, you don't. So no articulation. Oh yeah, you do. Just a little paint dried there. So you do get articulation at the boosters. So that's good. All right. And let me just check something real quick. So, yep. So it is magnetic. So you do have the combo of the clips and the magnet. So you do have the magnetic stuff right there. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the other backpack. This is the one that more likely I will display him with. This is the one that he's mostly known for. I do love the paint on that. As you can see there, the blue. You can tell from the blue. That looks beautiful. The shiny part, same thing with the other one. Just clip it on there and then magnetic on there right there. So you can do that. And these are the blast effects for these right here. You can use them on both. So basically just plug them in right here. And there you go. You have the blast effects for the backpack. You do get 2 of those, 1 for each booster. So let's put that down. Now you do get the nice fire effect. This is the fire effect that goes to his gauntlet. And it looks beautiful. As you can see, you have the orange, reddish going to more of like a yellowish tone right here, then to the blue. And this looks beautiful. This will basically, so on this Jango, according to the instructions, you would have to unplug this gun portion up here, and then this will plug into right there. So that's how you will get the fire effect going on there. And I love the way this looks, man. I gotta look at this is the same as the Mando one. I don't recall it looking this pretty. All right, so let's put that down. Then, of course, this is more than likely what I'm gonna keep him posed with, my final pose. You have his dual blasters, dual pistols, and these came out beautiful too. You can see the paint there, the little yellowish paint in the inside portions there. It is plastic. It is painted perfectly where it looks like metal. See the seam right there. And so you get 2 of these. These are beautiful. I love these. And let's just test something real quick. So they do fit perfectly. Well, is there something in there? There we go. So they fit perfectly in the holster. You do see a little bulge there, which may cause issue in the future if you leave the guns in there, since this is the pleather. So I don't know if it could cause some damage to that. I'm not sure. It's kind of a pain to get out. Wow. Ah, dang. All right. So you got the pistols there. Let's put this back down. And then you have his hands here. These are the dual wielding pistol hands. And then you have his 2 closed fists, the dap hands. And then you do get his lock breaker or lock picker. I think it's a lock breaker. You do get his what's this? I think it's like a field disruptor or something like that. So that's pretty cool. You do get that. I wonder if these little holes, if it could peg onto the figure somewhere. Then you get a canister. Nice canister right there. Nice paint on there. Then you do get his like a blade portion that you're gonna reattach here. I love this, the way this looks. I didn't know this was part of it. I gotta remember in the movies if he used this. I gotta look back. But anyways, the way this goes on is basically you will swap this part off right here, which is a magnetic piece. See, as you can see, magnetic piece right there. And then just put that there. So if you wanted to swap this one here, you just gotta put that to the side. And then you would attach this one right here. So there's a hole there, there's a peg there. You will put that in there. As you can see, it's magnet right there. And then just tuck these tubes underneath the sleeve, just like the other one. So, cool feature, I like that. It looks nice, the paint on it is nice. And then you get his grappling hook, which is another cool thing you get with Jango. This guy has a lot of weapons, man. And that would simply slide into right here. And then there you go. So you got the grappling hook. You can have the... Oh, let's get some... There we go. So the grappling hook on the gauntlet. One other cool thing about this that I did notice is that if you do swap this out with this one right here, you actually have the grappling hook attached to this piece already. So you kind of have two weapons that revealed at one time. So that's pretty cool right there. I might go that route. That's a good idea. All right. Then you have the top cap that has the dent on it that you can swap out with the one that he currently has on. And then you get the beautiful head sculpt. As you can see there, younger version. You got the hair. No scars. Let me bring this up a little bit closer so you guys can see. As you can see right there, look at that face. And then you do get, this is like a soft plastic, so it's easy to put on. Basically, according to the instructions, you got to open it, widen it, and then just slide it right under him. And then there you go. It goes just like that. So you can kind of readjust it. And that's how you would put this piece on right here. Let me go ahead and take this back off. I'm trying to get there, guys. This guy comes with a lot of stuff. And then, of course, you get the 2 extra pegs. And then you get the poncho, which is wired. And according to the poncho, when you put it on, there's some buttons here that you have to actually clip on together. So you'll see one right here. There they go right there. So you would clip these on somewhere. I gotta look at the instructions again, but basically you gotta take the head off. And then there it goes. So that will clip into here. And then vice versa, the other one around. So there's the poncho. I probably won't use this poncho with Jango. Yeah, I don't remember how it went. Anyways. And then, of course, you have the base. Jango Fett. The stand. And the clamps. Alright, woo, that was a lot of stuff. Alright, so now that we got Jango, we looked at all his accessories in detail. Let's go ahead and get some size comparison started. So before I move on to the next portion, I just want to get something out the way. I'm not sure if there's an issue with my figure or if everyone is having this issue, but if you guys recalled on the stream, I asked the question of like who else in the collecting community always has an issue with figures having one leg longer than the other. And the only person who admitted to have this issue was Bob Dylan. And he said that he has this issue a lot of times too. And for some reason, I don't know if I just have bad luck, but I get this issue almost like 50% of the times I get a figure. Look at this. So currently right now, on this Jango Fett, I have my right leg keeps popping off. So I keep putting that in. But right now, I have both legs straight and both feet flat on this floor. And this is how he stands because that left leg is a little bit longer. I measured it. Like from the hips to the knees is fine. They both align perfectly. But for some reason on mine, from the knee to the shin, one's a little bit longer than the other. As you can see here, this is him standing straight with both feet flat on the floor. And you see he has a lean. And it just drives me crazy when I get figures like this. Like, there's no way. The only way to fix this is to kind of get a pose where I have one leg bent more than the other to kind of have him flat and evened out. But I just wanted to get this out there real quick because I just want to show it to you guys. This is the issue I have 50% of the times when I get figures. So I wanted to go ahead and get the head sculpt on Jango Fett because if you guys know me collecting wise, I never use my head sculpts. I like my figures or characters that wear masks and helmets to actually keep their mask and helmets on. So this is the only time I'm going to have the Jango head sculpt on there, so I want to throw it in there. at some portions of the review. So there we have Jango with the head sculpt on in a default pose. And let's go ahead and bring in two figures for a good size comparison. So of course, let's bring in another hot toy. And this is going to be the Hot Toys It Pennywise from the movie It. Let's move him a little bit more over. So there we have Pennywise from the movie It. And of course, let's go ahead and bring in one of my other figures that I barely get to use, but I wanted to kind of put out here. And this is my Medicom Raw Guts Bane of the Hawk version. Kind of wanted to grab him too since he has his helmet off also. So I kind of wanted to get another figure that had the helmet off also. So there we go. We have Jango with a Hot Toys Pennywise It and a Medicom Guts. So as you can see, if you have any of these figures, you can see how Jango Fett will fit in your collection and a good height comparison for the figure. Alright, let's go ahead and get the final thoughts and final poses. Now I have Jango Fett with the proper helmet on, and I'm super happy with the way this guy looks. Now, let me get the negative out the way first. I keep having issues with that right foot where it keeps popping out the peg. If you can see there on that other leg right there, there's a high water action going on where you can actually see the black exoskeleton of the body, and you can see the peg too. So I kind of wish the pant legs were a little bit longer so it can hide that. And you can also see that on the wrist. If you look right there where he's holding the canister, if you look underneath the gauntlet, you can actually see the peg there. So just some, little minor things that I wish they did improve on, just kind of cover the legs and the wrist pegs a little bit more. Some of the instructions are not too helpful. I know there's the instructions say that you have to take off the peg, one of those little pegs to put the fire effect on. I was trying to get that thing off, but it wouldn't want to come off, and it kind of felt like I was going to break it. So maybe I'm going to mess around with it more after the review. But just some of the accessories are a little bit pain to put on, just not much. That grappling hook, I wish it would stick in there a little bit better. It kind of just basically seats in there. There's no restriction, there's no friction that kind of keeps it in place. So basically, if I flip Jango over a little bit to the front, that grappling hook is going to slide right out. So I kind of wish that came into effect better. The backpack is a little bit of pain to get the clips on there, but once you get on there, it holds it pretty good. So not much to worry about there. I'm trying to see anything else that may be a negative. The pleather under the vest portion, that underneath the armor, that to me that didn't have to be pleather because it's gonna be hard to condition that, especially the parts underneath the armor pieces. And I'm trying to think. That's really about it. But other than that, like those issues that I complained about or I had issues with. This figure is beautiful. He does basically, when I was trying to get him in this pose, like I was moving some parts and other parts were coming off. Like basically the jetpack was a problem when I was trying to get the pose right. And because the leg kept coming off every time I kept trying to put that leg on, my backpack, the jetpack kind of had like a clip that kept coming off. So it was just a little of a hassle. Maybe more on my user error on my end. But I am also mad about my legs being one leg shorter than the other. I'm gonna figure, like I said, I'll figure out ways to get around that. But other than that, like I was saying before, he does look beautiful. This is a beautiful representation of Jango Fett, and I enjoyed putting most of the accessories on him thus far. I'm gonna mess around with him afterwards, kind of get the other stuff on there, just to say I got it done, just to kind of make myself feel better. Say I got it done. And one of the reasons I wanted to have Jango Fett so bad is to finally have father and son together. Just as in this display right now. This is more likely how I'm going to keep both of these guys in my display, because I do have other versions of Boba, so I could have different poses for those Bobas. But I love the way they look together, like the costumes, the armor, my mistake. The armor. I love the way the armor looks on each other. I love the way that they stand out together. And I just love how Jango Fett shines right there in this pose right here. Look at that armor. Look at the light reflecting off of that. Look at the dual wielding pistols. Look at the double jointed elbows. Now, two other things to kind of complain about is a con of the figure. One is the articulation is a little more hindered than I thought it was. So that is, the arms are fine. Like, at least the elbow points are fine. I wish the arms would be able to go a little bit higher, like up, forward, and backwards, and up to the side, like more of a T pose. And the second issue, it's not an issue, it's just something for you guys to be careful of. As I did have both pistols in the holsters, you do tend to see, as you push the pistols down, you do start seeing like a white stress line on the outside of the holsters. So something you want to be careful of, maybe something to be careful of in the future. If you plan to keep the guns in the holster for a long period of time, maybe you don't want to push them down all the way, because I noticed that the further down you push them, the more of the stress line you do see at the bottom tip ends of the holster. So something just to think about. Like I said, for me, I'm going to keep mine's posed with his dual pistols, because that is Jango Fett for me. Because I remember when I first saw Jango in the movie, I was like, oh, this dude got the dual pistols, man. It's nasty. So I had to have him the dual pistols, and I love the way those pistols look. It's just, oh, I'm so happy finally to have father and son together. And this figure came out awesome. He looks awesome. He is a little finicky to mess with when you want to pose him and kind of get some of the accessories on there. But once you get things on there and you do get everything adjusted right, he just stands out. Oh my God. Like, I'm so happy to finally have Jango, man. This guy, it kind of sucks we didn't get more of him, maybe like in the Boba, like flashbacks and stuff like that. But, you know, it is what it is. So, people, ladies, gentlemen, I hope you really enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed the figure. If you do have the figure, if you plan to get the figure in the future, just be worried that you have to kind of mess around with the figure a little bit, and just a few things to watch out for. But if you enjoyed this review, please hit that like and subscribe button. Click that bell notification. And as always, collectors, keep collecting, stay safe, be good, dale.